Welcome to the Aparti podcast, the show where we teach you how to use other people's money to finance your multifamily deals. I'm your host, Roderick Jones, and I'm excited that you're joining me on another episode. On today's episode, we're talking about the future of the Aparti podcast. Let's get right into it. So, if you guys haven't noticed yet, we have changed the name of the show yet again. What? You've changed the name of the show 3 times before you even recorded at least 5 to 10 different episodes. You only got 4 episodes in the bag and you're changing the name again. Yes, we have changed the name yet again, and this time I believe we're going to settle on this name. And we are going to ride this name 10 years into the future. So we'll be the Aparti podcast from here on out. And I don't see us changing the name ever until we change the name again. But for the next foreseeable future, for the next 10 years, I don't see us changing the name of this podcast at all. So, yes, we have changed the name yet again. The name before we started off, we originally settled on the name of this podcast being Hard Money Loan Talk. And we were originally going to talk about doing hard money loans and financing single family investment properties and all of this good stuff. And then we sat back and we realized that maybe we don't want to focus on doing hard money loans for single family properties. So we said, okay, what are we really good at, and what do you think, or what should we focus on? If we don't want to focus on doing hard money loans for single family properties, what do we want to focus on? So we're really good at doing multifamily financing. So multifamily financing is our bread and butter. So now it's like, okay, let's just focus on doing multifamily. So let's cut all the other products out. So let's not finance single family, let's not finance office, retail, industrial, none of that. Let's only focus on financing multifamily. So then when we did that, the name of the show changed from Hard Money Loan Talk to Multifamily Loan Talk. And on Multifamily Loan Talk, we only talked about multifamily loans. We're going to talk about doing multifamily loans, how to get the best rates, how to find the best lenders, how to do all of that. So then the financing aspect of the multifamily loan talk was coming from Aparti Capital Markets, which is the company that I run during the day. So then it was like, okay, we had a new spin-off company, and this spin-off company is Aparti. And Aparti is I like to call it a LAS product, LAS, which is Loans as a Service, LAAS. So you know how you have SaaS, Software as a Service? I like to call Aparti LAS, Loans as a Service. And it's basically a SaaS startup. It's basically a fintech startup. And we're going to simplify the multifamily process because it has a lot of friction in it and it's very clunky right now. But we're not going to talk about that on this show. In the next episode, we'll talk about Aparti and what we're building and everything like that. But, so we settled on the name of Aparti because it encapsulates all of the ideas that we had for multifamily loan talk, and it doesn't put us into a bucket. Meaning that if multifamily loan talk, we will only be able to talk about multifamily loans only. On the Aparti podcast, which is the format of the show, we are going to talk about multifamily loans. We're going to talk about equity for multifamily deals. We're going to talk about the capital stack. We're going to talk about how to use other people's money to fund all aspects of the capital stack. And we're also going to bring on sponsors who are crushing it in the industry and allow them to tell their story and share how they got started. So that way you, the listener who wants to be an outstanding sponsor and who wants to go out there and crush it and buy all the multifamily units that are available for you to buy, that way you can learn from them and say, okay, this person is just like me. They're no different. All I have to do is take the strategies and the game plans and everything that they've laid out and run the same play that they've ran, and I'm going to have the same results. So that's the idea about what we're doing with the Aparti 5 podcast. So before, we were only going to focus on multifamily loans, and we were only going to talk about, what we can do in the multifamily loan space. But now we're focused on the entire multifamily capital stack, and we're talking about how to use other people's money to buy multifamily properties. That could be equity, that could be debt, that could be preferred equity, that can be whatever layer of the mezzanine financing, that could be all aspects of the capital stack. But that's why we landed on the Aparti 5 podcast, and that is what we're going to talk about. But the difference between everything that we talked about before is this is only geared towards multifamily financing. So we won't be talking about office financing now. We won't be talking about hotel financing or hospitality financing. We won't be talking about short-term rental financing, or we won't be talking about single-family financing. We will only talk about multifamily financing. And this multifamily financing that we're talking about is for investment purposes only, meaning that it is geared towards sponsors who are going to buy multifamily properties for investment purposes. So all the financing properties that we're talking about will be for commercial multifamily, meaning 5 units and up. And that is it. So if you're looking for financing for 4 units and below, this is not the show for you. But if you're looking for financing for 5 units and up, and you want to learn how to scale your multifamily business, how to raise capital, how to use other people's money to do deals, then this will be the show for you. And you should stick around and you should listen to it. So we plan to drop episodes every week. We're going to do a minimum of 1 episode a week. But if I can't I'm going to do a minimum of 1 episode a week. But I'm going to target 2. I really want to shoot for 2 episodes per week. But at minimum, we would do 1 episode per week. So that is my heat. It just cut on. But at minimum, we'll do 1 episode per week. And the episode is going to be anywhere from 10 minutes to 45 minutes long. And it'll either be me coming on talking to you just how I'm talking to you right now. Me and you, we're talking about multifamily financing and how to get better and how to crush it. Or it will be me with another sponsor coming on, and we're sitting down having a conversation about how they got started in the space and what advice you will give to other sponsors in the industry, and just allowing them to tell their story. Because I feel like as business people, as sponsors, as real estate investors, we learn best when we hear somebody else's story, and then we can take bits and pieces out of their story, and then use the information that they explained or laid out or shared with us, and take it and use it in our own business. We call this the golden nugget. So with that one conversation, if you can listen to this one conversation and you can get a golden nugget out of it, and you can take it and run with it in your business, that is the purpose of the show. We want to drop golden nuggets, give you golden nuggets, and allow you to take those nuggets and run in your multifamily business, so that way you can build the dynasty that you're looking to build. So that is it for today's episode. Make sure you leave a like, you review, you subscribe, and you share the show. Share the show, because that's the only way we will grow.